shit, bro. Dwayne Wade, you gone too far, dog. That is a male. A 12-year-old. At 12, they don't even know what their next meal gonna be. They don't have shit figured out yet. He might meet a woman, anything, at 16 and fall in love with her. But his be gone. How you gonna... Like, bro, you going too far, dog. Don't cut his off, bro. Like, bro, for real. If he gonna be gay, let him be gay. But don't cut his dick off, bro. Like, don't address him as a woman, dog. He's 12 years old. He's not up there yet. He hasn't made his final decisions yet.
Looks like King Harris ain't letting nobody come for his family name, especially when that rat word gets thrown at his pops. You can feel the tension rising, and the streets are watching every move. Is King stepping up to defend T.I., or is he about to start a whole new fire with Boosie for running his mouth again? Let's rewind for a second and set the scene. Remember when Boosie sat down with Vlad TV and straight up called T.I. a rat? He didn't hesitate for a second. Boosie claimed Tip admitted to working with the law, said he even pinned a case on his dead cousin. When that clip hit the internet, people lost it. Fans started side-eyeing T.I., wondering if the King of the South had really folded under pressure. But Boosie wasn't done talking. He took it a step further. He completely canceled the joint album he and T.I. were cooking up together. Just like that, the whole project vanished. Gone. One day, they're hyping it up. Next day, it's scrapped like it never existed.
With the T.I. situation, if he did that, you're a rat too. I don't spare no mother about it. Because if you doing anything wrong, you doing anything criminal-wise, and you cooperate with law enforcement to get you out of trouble, that means you're cooperating. That means you're a rat.
I didn't sit quiet though. He fired right back. He called the whole story twisted, exaggerated, and embellished. Tip said that so-called confession was just a what-if conversation, not something that ever went down for real. Then he dropped the bomb. I claimed he's got the official paperwork to prove he never snitched. He made it clear that if anyone's calling him a rat, they better come with real evidence, not just YouTube gossip. And just when folks thought it was over, T.I. turned the heat on Boosie, hinting that he's got his own skeletons too. He basically said, "Who are you to question me?" and reminded everyone that Boosie's name has been whispered about for years when it comes to avoiding heavy time. That's when things took a wild turn. Boosie suddenly started backtracking, said maybe he jumped to conclusions too fast without seeing all the paperwork first. It wasn't a full apology, but you could tell he realized he might have moved too reckless with that rat label. But here's the twist. Now Boosie's flipping the whole thing again, claiming he's got new evidence that could expose something deeper. So the question is, did Boosie really find something? Or is this just another round of hip-hop drama getting ready to explode?
Questioning you calling on the phone and talking on the phone with. Questioning doing crime with. And questioning that you got the authorization to check. You can't check me.
Boosie didn't just come for T.I., he came with receipts. He dropped what he called a snitch tape, claiming it proved Tip was official paperwork, basically trying to brand him a certified rat. But that wasn't enough for Boosie. He went even further and dragged King Harris into the fire too. He called him just like his pops, labeling him a rat, a loudmouth, and a straight-up clout chaser. The disrespect was wild, and just when people thought it couldn't get messier, Boosie brought up King's 2024 disaster, when the dude nearly crashed into a cop car with weed out in plain sight and a gun strapped to his hip like he was bulletproof. The whole scene looked reckless, and social media tore him apart for it. People were like, "How dumb can you be when your dad's a legend in the game and you still move like this?"
What if you show somebody paperwork?
And they still fuck with the rat, what you call them?
If you show somebody paperwork, and the person who questioned my paperwork still with the person who owned the paperwork you showed me, what do we do then?
To make matters worse, that wasn't even his first run-in. King already had a dusty old warrant sitting from 2022. Speeding, suspended license, DUI, the works. It was like a ticking time bomb. And when it finally went off, it hit hard. Now the word in the streets is that King could be staring down a potential 5-year sentence. And that's a serious problem for someone who's been trying to live out this street king fantasy online. A lot of folks been saying this was coming. Even T.I. himself warned his son years ago. Back in 2022, Tip told him straight up, If you don't slow down, the only classroom you're gonna learn in is a jail cell. And here we are. Looks like that lesson just might come true.
Stop talking to me. This ain't your restaurant. This ain't your restaurant. Everything you make, I can pull out my right now. I ain't tripping on you. I ain't tripping. Get the hell out of my face. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. Who the hell is he? What's your name? My name King. You know it and your mama know it.
But Booosie, he's not buying this whole concerned father storyline one bit. He's calling it fake and saying T.I. is the real reason King spiraled out. According to Booosie, Tip's been gassing up his son's ego for years, letting him act wild because of the family name. And honestly, that theory hits when you look back at how T.I. handled that Waffle House mess. You remember that, right? King was just 17, clowning employees on camera, acting like he owned the place, humiliating folks who were just doing their jobs. Instead of stepping in and correcting him, T.I. defended his son's behavior. He said, "When you're rich, you do what you want," and claimed those workers were just jealous because they didn't have King's lifestyle. That moment rubbed everybody the wrong way. The internet exploded with backlash. People flooded the comments, dragging both father and son. One user said, "Thus far, T.I. has failed at parenting this child."
I know my son. Think I ain't spoke to my son. Think I ain't told my son, his mama, and his grandmamas. His ass going to prison. If he goddamn keep that shit up, his ass going to prison. Ain't no way around it. Ain't nothing I'm gonna be able to do about it. Can't nobody stop it but him. You know what I mean? I've already had that conversation. I've already made my peace with it. Because I know that energy. I was that energy. I know exactly how it's gonna turn out.
This is a disgrace. And truth be told, a lot of fans echoed the same thing. They felt like T.I. wasn't being a dad. He was being his son's hype man. And now, it's all catching up with them both in real time. One person online said it plain, T.I. raised him like this, teaching him they're better than ordinary people. Another added, if that's what fatherly guidance looks like, then how's Tip gonna act shocked now? And honestly, that hit a nerve. But now the table's turning because folks are putting Booosie on blast too. They're saying he's got no room to talk about T.I.'s parenting when his own son, Tootie Raw, is out here wilding just the same. Word on the street is that Tootie just got arrested in Atlanta for illegal firearm possession. Reports say he had a Glock with a switch. Yeah, a fully automatic mod, and a few other serious charges stacked up. Apparently, he even tried to run during a chase before they caught him hiding in a wooded area with those weapons. The story blew up fast, and people didn't hold back.
Yes, sir.
There's one in the head.
Does your buddy have one as well? All right, just hang tight right here for me. Let me clear this. I don't want any accidental fires.
There's no safety. You gotta take.
There's no safety.
Take the
Okay.
clip out.
Well, I'm not gonna mess around with that too much. I'm gonna just set this down right here. Dude, step out for me. Yes, sir. Place your hands behind your back for me. All right, right now you're just being detained. You want this hat to go with you?
Not home going to jail.
I'm sorry, I didn't give you the update. So they did confirm it. The warrant is valid and they do want you.
One commenter hit Booosie with a straight jab. Last time I checked, Booosie don't even have his own house or kids under control. How can a spade call another a spade? Another wrote, Booosie needs to stay quiet about anybody's fatherhood. He's a terrible father to his own. The internet was ruthless, and it didn't stop there. Then came the twist. Whack 100 jumped in during an interview, dropping a wild hint that maybe Tootie Raw was snitching on his own pops. That rumor sent social media into chaos. People started questioning who was really real and who was just fronting for the cameras. So now everybody's asking, if Boosie's house is a mess too, why is he so focused on clowning King Harris like his own son ain't out here doing the same thing? Because this ain't just about clout, it's personal. This tension between Booosie and T.I. has been brewing for years. Booosie going at King wasn't some random dig. It was a straight shot at T.I. himself. See, this fire didn't start today. It sparked the moment Booosie made those harsh comments about Dwayne Wade's daughter. The internet flamed him instantly, calling him out as transphobic, and who was one of the loudest voices checking him? T.I. himself.
You know, me and his uncles, know, we were perplexed by his necessity to go back and forth with the short order cook. I didn't understand why he felt he needed to stop what he was doing to engage someone who was at such another level of life. And I had to explain to him that, you know, when people are not living the way they hope they would live, and here you is walking in with so much freedom and luxury, and you know, people gonna posture themselves a certain way. So therefore, you're gonna have to enjoy your life. You're gonna have to remove yourself from that energy and go enjoy your life.
Tip hopped on Instagram and told Booosie to mind his business and stop worrying about another man's kids. That moment right there planted the seed for all this drama we're seeing now. Ever since that first blow-up, Boosie's been on a mission, and T.I. has been his favorite target. Every chance he gets, Boosie swings hard. Whether it's calling Tip a snitch over that old gun case, mocking his parenting, or straight up clowning his family, he keeps the shots coming. It's like he's got a personal score to settle. So when King slipped up again and made the headlines, Boosie saw his perfect opening to twist the knife deeper. This time, it wasn't about King's mistakes. It was about humiliating T.I. in front of the whole world. That's why it hit different.
Just, I believe, yesterday, his son got caught with a machine gun.
Yeah, what I'm hearing is, when his son got caught the first time, what I'm hearing, his son implemented Boosie. And what I'm hearing is, Boosie agreed to take that plea deal, to take that off of his son, because if it hit him, then his documentation of his son doing something he should have did, that's his daddy, and then Boosie possibly getting some more time. So
every little thing King did wrong, those wild Waffle House fights, the arrests, and even those messy paternity rumors, turned into ammo for Boosie and the internet. It wasn't just King getting dragged anymore. It was the whole Harris legacy on trial. Because when you're the child of a legend, your mistakes don't just stick to you. They stain the name your parent built, and the internet never forgets. It archives everything. Boosie knows that game too well. He's been stirring this pot for years. Deep down, everyone can see it. King ain't the main target here. He's just a pawn in a much bigger feud between two Southern rap giants. Boosie clowning King wasn't random. It was strategic. The man wanted to hit Tip where it hurts most, his family, his pride, and that carefully crafted image of being the wise, street-smart father who turned his life around. For Boosie, roasting King was the perfect way to chip away at Tip's reputation without ever stepping in the booth. Every post, every interview, every shady laugh, it all works to paint T.I. as a fallen king who can't control his own kingdom. But for T.I., every new headline about his son feels like another punch to the chest. It's more than embarrassment, it's legacy damage. He spent years rebuilding after controversy, and now it feels like the cycle's spinning again, only this time through his son. And poor King, he's stuck right in the crossfire, trying to prove he's not just T.I.'s kid, while everyone online turns his every move into a meme. It's pressure from every side, his family, the internet, and the streets. One wrong move, and his whole image could collapse before it ever really starts. So here's the real question. Is Boosie actually speaking facts, or is he just obsessed with dragging T.I. down every chance he gets? And where does that leave King now? Does he break under all that weight, or finally flip the script and take control of his own story once and for all? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video if you're riding with the real heat. Because trust me, the next jaw dropper's already loading up right now.